Okay, so we have the first flight A320, and let me quickly set up the ATC options as this is the flight name we will be called by and the tail number. So we have a quick flight plan that honestly I've been quite fearing since a long time. So let's try going Munich to Innsbruck, and we don't fly the live weather, we fly clear skies for this time. Okay, so let's quickly set up the weather and time. Let's start with few clouds. Okay, so we go runway 08. So this terrain honestly is a very mountainous and a hilly kind of a terrain. So flying here is a bit tough, and I've not been able to land here for a long time. But then let's quickly check if we can do a good landing there. So we are going from Munich to Innsbruck, and we are going to fly high altitude airways. And the approach, let me check the approach. Okay, so this is a navigation by here. So we climb up to about 7,700. Oh, that is too low. Um, everything is not good. Yeah, now we are at High Altitude Airways, and this we are going to fly at around 39,000. That's the peak height, 39,000 feet off the ground, and then we descend. So that's the navigation log, and if you see here, we have a couple of approaches. So we're going to land at this airport, this runway, and if you see, we have two approaches here, RNAV Y and RNAV Z. So if you see the RNAV Y, we will automatically take a turn like this and align to the runway. The RNAV Z is a bit trickier because it goes from here, and then after just a quick turn we have to line up with the runway. So I'll prefer this one. This gives us some more time. Okay, so we are quite ready to fly, and it's an Airbus A320 for us, so let's hit the fly button. Okay, so this takes a bit of time to load up. So that's the place where we are going to fly from, and it's a pretty cool animation though. But yeah, we are ready to fly. So first things first, the cockpit for Airbus A320 is right here, and that is where the plane is parked, gate number 8. So you have the bags that you put there, travel bags, and this is the gateway truck. This is the gate. So we'll connect one by one. The only thing right now, yeah, one more thing is this is for the pushback. Now the only thing right now is, okay, I need to be a bit louder, right? Let me check. I hope this is fine now. Okay. All right. So if you see, this is a plane today. Um, the controls. Windows establish window. And on the ETC. Then they have folded. So let's go in the cockpit, and now to basically start off this plane, what we'll have to do is we'll have to switch on a couple of buttons, and you will get to know that the ATC will again start to work, because right now the engines are off, the radios are off. So here is the cockpit. The first pilot sits here, the captain, basically the first officer, will sit here, something like that. And if you see the overhead panel, this is the main panel here. So let's start off with turning on the master switch. and I'm just going to zoom out a bit for a better view here. Yeah. So battery 1 on, battery 2 on. The batteries are on. That's your cockpit. So quick look into this. We don't have engine started. That's fine. This is, go one by one. Altimeter. So here is the place where you can actually see how high a plane is, and with that, this left side panel will show you the speed, the right side bar will show you the altitude. This is a graphical representation if your plane is going up, down, or is steady. So if it is here, it's steady, and this is the heading, like where is your um, plane pointing towards, like a compass. This is your GPS. Of course, this looks like a GPS. Again, this heading should match this. This is the GPS. Uh, this panel is basically for the autopilot controls. So I'm going to put it to autopilot straight away once we take off. Now that the batteries are on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the engines. So, see, both are shut down right now. Now I did not go through the whole manual, so wait, just a quick second. Let us get the lights on. So we got the strobe lights on, turn on the beacon, wing, navigation. You see these lights, they started to blink. Two more lights to go. One is the runway light. I didn't think we need it, but I don't know. I'll keep it on for the moment. Second one, landing lights, because we're going to hit the runway soon. Okay, all lit up. Alright, so now if I remember what I did last time was, sorry, I hit the start, the master switch was on, then I hit the engine one, and okay, this is for the anti-ice. So anti-ice you can put for engine one, engine two if you are in a snowy area, I guess. Then there is a button to get the fuel pumps on, which is this one. So let's get the fuel pumps working. Cross speed. I don't think anything has been started right now. Perfect. So once this is done, we go to batteries. External power is not connected, so I'm not quite sure about these. But if I directly go down here and put this to ignition start, hit this button, it should ideally start up the engines. Or maybe I'm doing something wrong. Did I not switch on something? Like, is that required? But I don't have an external power anyways. Let me check. Oh, that actually started this. So not the APU bleed, but that actually started pressing the APU bleed probably. Anyways, we got the first engine running. there is some check that is done here that I don't know about. I'll read and get back, but it says second engine. That's it. Okay, that warning went off. So request IFR clearance.
Clearance delivery Sky 777 IFR to Innsbruck, ready to copy. Sky 777 is cleared to Innsbruck Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 26 right climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Departure frequency is 120.65 squawk 2005.
Okay, so as they said that takeoff runway is 26 R, right? And climb and maintain 12,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed in an altitude of 12,000. So when I take off, I'm going to hit the autopilot directly. Now two things here is when I'm going to take off.
777, did you hear my last transmission?
Yes, it did.
Sky 777 cleared to Innsbruck Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 26 right climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Departure on 120.65 squawk 2005.
Okay, so when I take off,
read back is correct.
I'm going to put this to full, but when I'm in the air, I'm just going to hit climb. So let's tune into the ground services. It says 1 to 1.78, so let's go to the ground. One thing here that I would actually like to do is flight plan. I need to monitor it now. So we are going from EDDM to LOWI, which is Innsbruck, and flight plan. Direct. Okay. There should be a button to monitor this that I forgot. And if we go to LOWI, then Innsbruck Airport, we have RNAV 08 set. So we are going to go to runway 08. Approach. Okay. Anyways. No. Maybe I'm missing out on something, but let's see. I'll fix that later on when I remember it. So yeah, another thing that I want to do before we go ahead is I want to change this now to WHP. It means we are going to see the terrain here in this, and if you just put it to 20. If you see now, we have the terrain in place, and say terrain on, and that's it. So quickly, 2-3 things like for just fun, what we can do is we can get this gateway connected. So first of all, I'm going to take the taxi clearance.
Ground Sky 777 with Echo ready to taxi IFR.
It will tell me the way to the runway.
Sky 777 taxi to and hold short of runway 26 right via taxiway Charlie Delta. Contact tower on 119.405 when ready.
So yeah, that is the way that I have to follow to the runway. Acknowledge clearance.
Taxiing hold short runway 26 right via taxiway Charlie Delta Sky 777.
Ground services. Okay, so just a minute. Let's get the ground. We could have also had some, baggages loaded, but that's already done. So I'm just getting an option to request a pushback. So once you request a pushback, before that, I would like to take off the parking brakes. So there's a button for that.
Pushback request accepted.
If you see the pushback check is right here, and we get connected, and we start pushing back. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push back to the left, this side first, and then go this way. So the pushback has started and I say stay to the left.
Ground Sky 777 requesting pushback to steer the aircraft to the left. Sky 777, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
So this is kind of realistic, but then you need to have a really good idea about the cockpit and the controls. Anyways, request pushback stop.
Ground Sky
It takes a bit of
777
time.
requesting the end of pushback.
Okay, so I think
Sky
we are good to go.
777 request to end pushback
We have to
received.
follow this way and then go here to the airport. So once this truck moves, go back to clearance. Alright. Now it's going to be very easy from here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push up some throttle. And you can see here that the engines have started to rev up. Now the speed that you need is about 20 knots on the runway is what I've heard. So we will not exceed 20 knots. Go this way. And we'll start turning quick. I think that's a very bad taxi, but then, yeah, till I learn. It's old school. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of long pathway. So till that time, let's quickly check the map. Okay, I missed that again. No worries. I'll try to be better this time. So, yes. Alright, and there are some fellow planes right there. Apparently there is no traffic, so it's good. Or maybe I turned it off. Alright, so here if you see, I can actually get the VFR map and this will tell us the route. So this is the route that we follow, and when I do the GPS tracking on, let's go on it runway. I think it's going to be this one. अरे बाप रे, खतरनाक मतलब कैसे खतरनाक. Okay, I was looking at my phone, so that's why phone should be kept aside. Yeah, this was still better. Not bad. But the whole thing here is that the maneuvering takes a lot of time, to be honest. Getting this plane straight, even on the runway. There were, I think, a couple of more lights that I had to switch on, but I think we are good with these for the moment. अपना ही एयरपोर्ट है यार, सिमुलेटर में तो अपना ही होता है। ओके ओके ओके, ये देखो बीच में यहाँ पे गाड़ियाँ चल रही है, एटीसी बता भी नहीं रहा है। आई डोंट नो, बताना होता भी नहीं है तो क्या। लेट्स सी, बट द फन पार्ट इज द कॉकपिट, द वेदर, and the controls are pretty realistic. ये देखो फिर हट गया ये लाइन से, फिर हट गया लाइन से, कठिन है यार। ऊपर से हमारी स्पीड और चली गई है 40 नॉट्स, बात रे। ठीक है, one of the best things that I can actually understand a bit is the Cessna, because it has lesser controls and flights, but I wanted to get my hands on this one. So 08 left, that is not the place where we had to go, but ये पता नहीं वहाँ पे क्यों लेके जा रहा है हमें। Interesting. What clearance did we get here? 26 R का मिला था और ये 08 लेफ्ट लेके जा रहा है, ठीक है। ये भी इंटरेस्टिंग, ये भी करके देख लेंगे। So runway numbers are basically the headings, like 08 is 80 degrees, yeah. It is 26 and it is 260. Sure, आराम से आराम से आराम से ही आराम से। बस और जी आ गए हम यहाँ पे एयरपोर्ट रनवे पे। बस बस बस, ये लगा दिए ब्रेक, ये we are ready to take off, कैसा क्या? So let's see, let's tune into tower and request takeoff clearance. We are not ready.
Tower Sky 777 at runway 26 right, ready for takeoff IFR to Innsbruck. Sky 777 cleared for takeoff runway 26 right.
कोई नहीं उड़ रहा है यहाँ पे, अपना ही है सब। नहीं है, there are a few people here I guess. Acknowledge clearance.
Cleared for takeoff runway 26 right, Sky 777.
ठीक है, safety are clear to take off। थोड़ा सा बाहर डाल देते हैं, थोड़ा सा आगे चलते हैं अभी। So somehow the thing is, this taxi points to the right hand side of the runway, but I'm not going to go there. Rather, I'm just going to line up straight to the runway. And how that's going to be is just follow this yellow line. चलो जी, तो अब अपन आ चुके हैं रनवे के ऊपर। लगा दी ब्रेक, बस अब एक ही चीज़ करनी है कि वी हैव टू लोअर द फ्लैप्स डाउन। फ्लैप्स आर इफ यू सी हियर, तो ये हो गया अपने फ्लैप्स। तो हम इसको थोड़ा नीचे कर देंगे एज पर द सजेस्टेड मैनुअल, जो कि मैंने इतनी पूरी पढ़ी नहीं है। एंड दैट इज़ ऑल डन। So once you are here, all we need to do is apply some power and we are set to go. So कौन सा रन होगा फिर से चलो, this is 26 hour. Okay, so the navigation point was showing something else, speed L, I don't understand that, but if you see, this is runway 26R, this is the pattern, the entry pattern, right, is what I know from a few flights. That means right से चक्कर लगा के आना इधर, अगर आप लैंड कर रहे हो तो लैंड आउट, और ये मे बी मूव आउट। ठीक है जी, तो चलते हैं, लेट्स विद दिस। आई प्रेफर दैट झटका ना देके स्टार्ट करके एंड देन आई मूव इट टू फुल, बट आई डोंट नो, वंस यू आर रोलिंग।
Tower Air Malta 30814 miles east inbound ILS runway 26 right approach.
So you can actually take off at around
Air Malta
160
308
knots.
Cleared ILS runway 26 right approach.
So we are
Altimeter
140
29 decimal
और मैंने
9
PGL को थोड़ा पीछे
21268 at 7.
160 पे और खींच दिया। Yes.
Cleared ILS runway 26 right approach Air Malta 308.
अब ये क्या बोल रहा है कि मेंटेन पार, ठीक है, टू 70%, मतलब आफ्टर टेक ऑफ यू गेट दिस थिंग टू क्लाइंब,
Sky 777 contact Munich Center on 120.65.
you get the gears up, landing gears up, you get the flaps up, तो कुछ तो कांड हो गया है। Anyways, I'm not going to take care of that, but I'm just going to put engage autopilot.
Sky 777, please acknowledge.
I'm going to engage the selected altitude. So now it will take me to 12,000. If you see here, this will follow the map now. ठीक है, एक तो यहाँ पे दो चीज़ें हैं। सबसे पहले
Sky 777, acknowledge last transmission.
सबसे पहले ATC,
Going to 120.65 Sky 777.
so going okay to 120.65. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे
Munich
we
Center
have
Sky
our
777
altitude
is climbing through
climbing.
5,800 feet for 12,000 feet.
इसने बोल ही दिया climbing through 5,800 to 12,000 feet, मतलब this
Sky
is just 12,000 feet
777
का
Munich
मार्क,
Center,
अपने को यहाँ
continue
तक
to Mike
पहुँचना
Alpha
है।
Hotel as planned. Altimeter 29 decimal 9 2.
And there is no way that I can shut this up,
Sky
but
777 climb and maintain 13,000 feet.
इसने बोल दिया acknowledge instruction कर देते हैं। So what we do is
Climb
this
and
knob
maintain 13,000 feet Sky
increase this
777.
and then engage selected altitude. Once you go here and check, it says it's climbing and 13,000 feet पे हमें जाना है। Okay. Second thing that we need to check is this actually autopilot takes care of because navigation अपने आप GPS से हो जा रहा है, क्योंकि we are aligned to the green line here. That means if I just turn on the GPS navigation or the tracking on the VFR map, we see that it's aligning here, and now it will take, the autopilot will take care of everything, to be very honest. It's a very good plane. The only thing that we need to understand here is that the throttle is on flying and then it goes automatically. Second thing is ऑटो थ्रॉटल हमारा ऑन है, तो थ्रॉटल अपने आप ही एडजस्ट होता रहेगा, ठीक है। दूसरी चीज़, दिस लेफ्ट वर्टिकल स्पीड लेफ्ट वर्टिकल इंडिकेटर इज द स्पीड इंडिकेटर। ओके, so I have one of my friends here and he is a pilot, so he's telling me to retract the flaps. So flaps अपने हैं position 1 पे लेके आना। This is the knob for the flaps. So hey, hi again. Hey, thank you so much. तो फ्लैप्स हमारे ऊपर आ चुके हैं. You can check here. This is the view, and I set it up using this. Thank you so much. Okay, so that was quite it. Now couple of controls, as we discussed earlier: speed indicator, altitude indicator. This is the bank, so bank and pitch also. So if I remove the autopilot
Sky
and
777 climb and maintain flight level 260.
260. now इसमें एक थोड़ा सा चीज़ है समझने लायक, that flight level depends on your this thing, क्या बोलते हैं उसको.
Sky 777 acknowledge last transmission.
There is this thing called
Climb and maintain flight level 260 Sky 777.
ETC 401. So your flight level is basically ground से maybe how much up you are. So there is a terrain, and let's say if you are flying in Mumbai, right? So your airport already has some kind of an elevation from the sea level. Now if you go to a hilly area like maybe Himachal or something, then when you're traveling there, your runway will again be at an elevation. Okay, so that's why we need to set this. Okay, and this is also in terms of some pressure and all that is going on in the air. So बहुत सारी complications calculations करने के बाद जो मुझे नहीं समझ में आता, they decide upon a flight level. So I usually dial in 260 is like 26,000 feet. So that is what I just dialed in here. And if you're this, इसको कुछ बोलते हैं यार, I just totally forgot it. Whatever it is. What do you call that? If this is set correctly, then you are flying at a right flight level, is what I understood.
Sky 777 climb and maintain flight level 190.
Climb and maintain flight level 190 Sky 777.
So as per agreement, we need to start the flight director switch. Okay, and we get some more information here.
Sky 777 descend and maintain 13,000 feet.
They already asked us to descend. When are we going to see a scenery then? Dude, it's a very, very hectic job. We have to descend to 13,000 feet, बस यही करते रहो. Scenery देखने का मौका नहीं मिलता.
Sky 777, did you copy?
Yes, sir.
Descend and maintain 13,000 feet Sky 777.
यही देखो, बस वो देख सकते हो. So, okay, let me chat here. I'm going to sit back for some time. Okay, so it's called QNH. This thing is called QNH. Okay, so thanks a lot, Agrim. I think we have to do a good session together. So that I
With
can
Air 2875 descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
Okay, so it says ये किसी और के लिए Wizz Air something type. You don't have to worry
Descend
about
and
that.
maintain 10,000 feet with Air 2875.
So this is the general view that a pilot would get. I will wait here. Put lots of buttons here. And overhead panel, this is scary. We have to turn a few lights off here, but then we are not on the runway landing. We are not landing. I think 10,000 kilometers we have to
descend
push
and
on.
maintain 10,000 feet.
The landing lights थोड़ी सी जिसकी हाइट अच्छी हो पायलट की वो ऊपर से देख लेगा.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Euro wings
जो मेरे वजह से
653.
बंदे वो टैप की इतनी हाइट वो देखेंगे. Okay, so the interesting part starts here when we start the approach, and the worst part is कि आज तक ये लैंडिंग तो वैसे हुई नहीं है, ठीक है? So let's see how nicely we can do that.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet with Air 2875. Ryanair 7275 descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
So it actually is a very complex thing. The only thing is when you're traveling long distances, you might get a chance to sit back, relax a bit, but depends on the weather and turbulence. So you can actually customize the weather here. I don't want to do that because I want to fly without any turbulence today. Last few days when I've been trying this approach, in real weather also it has been very hectic because plane उड़ता रहता है यहाँ. Once you are in the air, it just keeps on flying here and there. It's very hard to control that. And if it's a rainy day, it's really crappy. It's like that. So this Innsbruck approach is very famous because it is through this crazy terrain, and we have something from the ATC, it says contact Innsbruck approach.
Ryanair 7275, you are 20,000 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
119.275 for Sky 777.
With Air 2875 traffic is 7 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 360 generic. Report them in sight. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Ryanair
And if we are
7275.
somewhat lucky, we might get to see the runway also sometimes. But this approach, I don't think so. We are going to get to see the runway.
Innsbruck approach
Let's
Sky
hope. That's why I chose
777
clear
13,000
skies
feet.
today. घनी रेस पे लेकिन तो कप्तान था.
Sky 777 Innsbruck approach, continue to Norden as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
Altimeter 29.902. Okay.
Sky 777, you are 19 miles north. Maintain
So it
present
says
heading
19
and
miles
altitude.
north.
Expect RNAV Yankee runway 8 approach via LM transition. Clear to LM.
Okay. Clear to Elman. यहाँ पे जाके देखो, this is the first waypoint here. So next time we'll do a tutorial when we plan these waypoints and all. There's a big thing around these waypoints, and these are very important when we are planning plane. So acknowledge these two.
Maintain present heading at altitude. Expect RNAV Yankee runway 8 approach via LMAM transition. Clear to LMAM Sky 777.
So let's ask if everyone is still watching. I would like to take some help from him while we are landing.
.65 for Sky 777. Munich Center, Sky 777, 13,000 feet.
So I read somewhere that
Sky 777 Munich Center, continue to LM as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
So I was saying that it's actually very hard, and for the real life pilots, it's very hectic because they cannot also. There's a new rule that they cannot open the door, and कुछ तो ऐसा है like cockpit में. It depends. Like if someone has to go out, then there is a protocol. The person or the flight engineer has to come and रुकना पड़ता है. Then the person goes out, the captain or the first officer. बहुत सारे protocols होते हैं यार, but flight में simulator में कोई protocol नहीं होता. You can go outside
Sky 777, contact
of
me
the
at
flight.
center on 124.4.
It's asking us to connect to VNC.
124.4 for Sky 777.
So Agro is watching. That's really great. So I think they are going to be able to land this plane today.
Vienna Center, Sky 777, 13,000 feet.
So
Sky 777 Vienna Center, continue to LMAM as planned. Altimeter 29.92.
the tricky part is going to be when we start descending. The starting is going to be easy because the autopilot handles the descent for a long time. But then when to release the autopilot and change the flaps,
and maintain
that's when
11,000
concern.
feet.
Is 11,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 11,000 feet, Sky 777.
तो अभी स्टार्टिंग कर दिया डिसेंट का. But then thing is, it's a very scary area here. And we're already hitting like 320 knots. We can set the speed here, whatever airspeed we want the airplane to fly, using this knob and get updated here. But then I think autopilot when it is engaged, it is handling it as it should. There is one more thing that I want to show you. This thing which you see rotating here is a pitch spin. So basically this will control the nose of the aircraft. Like आपको if you pull the pitch down, it will go up. If you pull the pitch, if you move it up, the aircraft will go down. So pilots will actually use this more than using the yoke, because using the yoke is very difficult. Okay, so just near the airport, I think like 10-15 minutes. So I have okay, so Agrim is saying to pull the speed to 210 knots. So we'll go here. And engage. Now we will have the aircraft slow down. Luckily we have taken a clear sky, so what of you? Just mess my eyes.
center, generic Tango Uniform India 4456 is at flight level 370, descending 11,000 feet. Generic Tango Uniform India 4456 Vienna Center, continue as planned.
It is a bit scary approach, but अपना एयरपोर्ट शायद से इस जगह पे कहीं पे आने वाला अंदर Yep, so we are down to 210 knots suggested. Okay, so I think they're going to land safe because we have got another instruction to get the flaps to 1 once the speed is less than 230 knots, which is there, so it's 210, and we have set the flaps to 1. You can see here, flaps are set to 1. आज की लैंडिंग हुई यहाँ पे एक और प्लेन उड़ रहा है साथ में ये थोड़ा वाला शायद दिख भी जाएगा ये रहा CY4456 ये बंदा उड़ रहा है ऊपर अब डर लगना शुरू हो चुका है because we are close to the
Sky 777 contact Innsbruck approach on 119.275.
119.275 Sky 777. Innsbruck approach Sky 777 11,000 feet.
Sky 777 Innsbruck approach, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.92.
अब एक कहीं और लेके चला गया घुमाने But this is interesting. It never took me that way ever earlier. It always got me here, right here. But I don't have the runway inside anymore. चक्कर वाला लगाना पड़ेगा मतलब So, okay, I think I have this approach. बस ये दूसरी बार ना घुमाए तो बोल दो. Okay, slowly down. There is a button to activate approach phase. Okay, so I just got a great advice that once we reach to this waypoint, we should activate the approach. So if I go to, I need to activate the approach phase once I'm hitting the first waypoint. So एक चक्कर और लगेगा. Okay, flight saved. Otherwise, we would have been in a major fix. तभी तभी लैंडिंग नहीं कर पाता मैं. पता ही नहीं कैसे करना है. But thanks to Agrim यार. आज we are going to learn a lot of things.
777 contact Munich Center on 120.65.
So this
120.65, Sky 777.
वापस पायलट को बिठा देते हैं अपनी जीप पे. बाहर से नज़ारा देख लेते हैं क्योंकि अगेन वी हैव टू गो लाइक दिस एंड रीच हियर. That's when the city starts turn. And now if you see again, this altimeter will actually show you कि इसका बैंक एंगल कितना है. मतलब एंगल वैसे बताएगा नहीं, बट This will help you to understand that it is rotating towards left. So if you consider this as one wing and consider this as the another, if this wing is going into or tilting towards the horizon, you are banking left. And if this wing goes to the right, you are banking right. Simple as that. मतलब यार ये तो कॉमन सेंस वाली बात है, तो मैं बता ही देता हूँ. Oops. I did not contact the Munich center.
Munich Center, Sky 777, 11,000 feet.
Okay.
Sky 777 Munich Center, continue as planned.
Continue as planned.
Altimeter 29.92.
These fancy machines. What fancy are they? Really good.
Generic 4 Tango uniform, you are 17,000 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
ये बताओ, generic 4 to you, 17,000 feet above assigned altitude.
20,000 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
इतना में मुझे लगता है किसी का लाइसेंस ना चला जाए. I heard from someone that
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Generic 4 Tango uniform.
these instructors are very particular while giving your license about your altitude. Attitude to है, altitude also.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Beauty 2941.
Hope that is right. One of the former pilots was flying this Cessna while giving a quick tutorial on the flight simulator itself. उसने बोला था कि अरे 100 फीट ऊपर नीचे हो गया, मतलब बहुत टेंशन है. Okay, so we have some traffic inside here. DLH 1127. By the way, this actually looks like this because once I was traveling to Delhi, वहाँ पे मुझे विंडो से लकीली 2 या 3 फ्लाइट्स देखने को मिली मेरे बाजू से बैठ एकदम. और अपना भाई 20,000 फुट पर जा रहा है, 18,000. चलो
Generic
जल्दी.
9055 traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 390 generic. Report them in sight.
एक बार मैं अपने
Beauty 2941 traffic is 2 o'clock, 2 miles at flight level 380 generic. Report them in sight.
Okay, so let me quickly ask if I can increase the speed of the aircraft because we are cruising at
Generic
210
9055
nautical
traffic in
miles
sight.
and वो तब से थोड़ा स्लो चल रहा है. तो let's see if I can hit the movement. So let's talk about this for a while. This will actually F indicate the flaps, and what I've got to here is like N1 I think is the percentage of power that is being pumped in like the throttle. Whenever I reduce the throttle, the engine का जो power होता है that goes down. I have not much read about N2 and all, but yeah, this is what I follow when I have to taxi or when I have to put in the throttle. So let's say 50% power or throttle is there to maintain a speed like this, 210. So a great thing to learn. We have got our flaps set at 1 right here. That means we cannot cruise more than 230 nautical miles. That's a great learning for me also, and you guys also. So ध्यान रखना, whenever you have the flaps set to 1, do not cruise more than 230 nautical miles. तो बात ही दिखता है. चलो भाई कॉकपिट के अंदर वापस, बहुत देख लिया बाहर का. Okay, so just when we are right here, I will start the approach. The SMS मैं एक्टिवेट कर दूँगा. बहुत खतरनाक पहाड़. So the very first flight that I took was from Mumbai to Pune. नहीं real life में नहीं, in this simulator and with autopilot. तब मतलब ऐसा था ठीक है चला के देख रहे हैं. It was actually very nice. एंड उसमें मैंने क्या गड़बड़ की थी कि लेके तो एयरबस ही गया था.
Sky 777 contact Vienna Center on 124.4.
Let's tune into this Vienna
Going to
Center.
124.4 Sky 777.
So I
Vienna Center, Sky
completely switched off
777,
the
11,000 feet.
autopilot mode once I was near the approach. So
Sky 777 Vienna Center, continue as planned.
what happens is when you are near the
9er,
airport, depending on what kind of approach you have selected, the flight starts to turn automatically and aligns to the runway. तो उसने अलाइन किया एंड जैसे ही उसने मेरे को रनवे सामने दिखाया, आई वाज लाइक फॉरगेट ऑटोपायलट, इसको मैं उड़ाऊंगा. लकीली दैट प्लेन लैंडेड फाइन. मतलब एक बार कूदा था. And this I have experienced, you know, in one of the, I think, GoAir flights. तो एक बार मैं just once I traveled by GoAir and when I touched the ground एक ऐसा झटका दिया उसने. मैंने कहा भाई साहब बहुत रिस्की फ्लाइट है ये. That was a very risky flight. But now I understand. So I have got a flight stick here with me to fly with. But even with that I understand that it's very hectic here. But the fun is much more than that. ऐसा व्यू कहाँ मिलेगा देखने को. Just a minute. Okay, so I set this here. GPS tracking. So we are about to take a turn now. आजू बाजू में okay. So I have to keep my eye on this waypoint and on this SMS. Okay. Okay. So these rudder trims, right? Pedals basically. If you check here, तो ये ऐसे करना नहीं चाहिए, ऊपर ऑटोपायलट संभाल लेगा. देख रहे हो? So you very slightly move them to make your this thing aircraft go left and right. But मैं इसको हल्का सा मूव करके दिखाता हूँ. इससे टेल पे फोकस करना. The tail actually this part moves like this. See? But ठीक है अभी रियल लाइफ में करना हुआ ऐसा खतरनाक होता है. साइकिल के पैडल की तरह नहीं है. मतलब कभी मन किया तो मार दिया. नेवर डू दैट. You can only try this at home, to be honest. Just a simulator चलाओ and try. Okay, so it's going to get a bit tiring now. Already. Okay, so one more thing to learn. Never use these rudder paddles in the air. कभी यूज़ मत करना. मतलब जैसे देखा था अभी फ्लाइट डिसबैलेंस हो गई थी पूरी. It will go for a toss. Okay, so quick watch, quick watch, quick watch. Okay, so now we press the approach button. Now press the approach button on the FP. Okay. Activate approach phase. Confirm. Set off. Only under the guidance. थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ रहा है मेरा. To the mountain. यहाँ पे टेरेन देख रहे हो? This terrain is crazy. So it's jungle. Okay, I have to press an approach button. Now, once it is done, there's a approach button near the autopilot. This one. I need to press this on. When the approach mode gets turned on. अब इसका approach देखते हैं. So what scary for me is अब इसने ये देना शुरू तो कर दिया है छोटे छोटे पीसेस. I think it's still stuck at 11,000 feet.
Sky 777 contact Innsbruck approach on 119.275.
.275 for Sky 777.
अब इसने कुछ तो स्पीड कम करी है और एल्टीट्यूड भी कम कर दिया है. Let's see. I hope this is.
Innsbruck approach Sky 777 is at 10,500 feet, climbing 11,000 feet.
Overspeed.
This is descending.
Overspeed.
Sky 777 Innsbruck approach, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
Overspeed, 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 overspeed.
ओके, ये ओवर स्पीड का तो चला गया. नाउ ये हम कहाँ बाहर के बीच में आ चुके हैं. बहुत ही खतरनाक अप्रोच है. Okay, I think it is time that I going good. So we put the landing gear down. This way. And started to descend. So to 180. And next flaps. रनवे स्ट्रिप ये है ये. How is it going to even align it to the runway? It's not aligning it also. टाइम आ चुका है. So somehow this was not aligning the plane to the runway. So what I had to do is I had to manually get it down and take it off from the autopilot and bring it down. So I don't know why did it do that. ये गया प्लेन, गया ये तो गया. कि लैंड नहीं हो पाएगा आज। बट कोशिश करेंगे।
400, 300,
That is very weird.
200, 100, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20.
Nah, nah, yeah, crash.
Retard. 5.
Oh भाई साहब. So guys, that was actually a better landing for me on an Airbus. But ये क्या सीधा, अरे भाई साहब. अरे ब्रेक. Sorry guys. I think that was of one of the great adventures that we had. और I hope that अब कोई मुझे अपना plane देगा भी नहीं. So now the next question is, I did something wrong when I was actually going towards the runway. Like maybe it was not setting the plane properly to the runway. I missed some setting, or maybe the plane is, I mean, not being handled well by me. So anyways, I learned a lot of good things, and those are, don't fly a plane in a haste. Okay, first things, and understand the approaches well, because once you start to land, there are a lot of things that come to your mind कि भाई plane को set करना है, ये सब वो सब, और it's very hectic and it's very taxing also. And this approach was again very hectic. So next approach that I'm going to fly is a very simple one. That will be maybe tomorrow. And yeah, so what we're going to do is, I'll fly an next approach tomorrow, but I'm going to keep these key things in mind about the FMS, how to set the approach, and the flight plan. I'm going to make a good flight plan. Second thing is the flaps, when to set flaps, when to go low on the flaps, what speed to maintain. All these things I'm going to carry forward from today, and I'm going to implement in the next approach. So that was a great crash, I guess. I hope you all liked, and you will give me another chance to fly. I know that. So thank you so much, to be very honest, to Agrim, because he is a great pilot, I'm sure, and he has helped me out to understand a couple of things. I'm actually looking forward to fly with you, so maybe a stream together where you can actually be instructing me before you get your own simulator. But he does not need one, he flies the real plane. That is really amazing, and I'm very proud of him. So thanks a lot, thank you all for watching this. I think I'm going to stop the stream now, but it's really amazing to understand all these things and fly through. So thank you so much for watching.